We have an invocation by Dick Jarvis.
Let's pray. May those assembled here today enjoy the many offerings of Rotary. May we abide by the rules that we have established, those of trust, fellowship, ethics, and may we place service above self in our daily endeavors. And may we always test ourselves and our efforts to be sure they are the truth, good for all concerned, of benefit to mankind, and provide peace and understanding. Amen.
Thanks, Dick. Appreciate that. Okay, we'll have a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we'll do the four-way test. Of all the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Okay. Introduction of our guests. Do we have any guests today? We have Britt Samuels is a guest for a little while. I'm hoping that Joanne will show up, but Wendy, you want to introduce? Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Do we have anybody else? No? Okay, we'll have breakfast.
Jim said we're going to break for breakfast, and we'll be back in a few. I'm going to mute the speaker, so feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, Kaylin.
I don't think he muted the speaker yet.
No.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Nate.
Hi,
Morning,
Nate.
Nate.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you today, Kate?
Pretty good. I'm feeling not the greatest, but I took a COVID test this morning and it was negative, so fingers crossed,
good.
but it's probably just tiredness.
Yeah, I would imagine you're running at with the baby and Ivy.
Yep,
Test.
work, coaching, curling.
Oh,
Time of
you
year,
are
it's
still
just-
coaching curling?
Yeah,
No wonder you're exhausted.
I tried to resign, but they didn't find anyone. So they called me and said, would you reconsider? And I said, will the program die if I don't come back?
Again here. We have an induction to do today, and I think Joanne is going to come forward and help with that if she's ready. Everybody on is okay.
Thank you. All right. Today, it is my pleasure on behalf of the Board of Directors and the members of the Wausau Early Birds Rotary Club to welcome you, Britt Samuel, as our newest member. Rotary is an organization made up of people pledged to upholding the highest professional standards. Rotarians believe that worldwide fellowship and international peace can be achieved when people unite under the banner of service above self. We expect you to live by a Rotary four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? We welcome you not only for the fellowship that we share weekly, but also for you to help us to carry out our many projects to make our community, our country, and our world a better place to live. We rely on you to carry out the principles and ideals of service to society. With that, welcome Britt as our newest member.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I had it at the table. One would think. Okay,
Double wrapped.
right? Childproof. I got it. Okay. Color?
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever looks good. Do I have to keep it on there forever?
Mhm.
Just this shirt? Yeah.
It's my favorite way to put it. All right, and then Britt, if you just want to tell the club a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, everybody. So I'm Britt Samuels. I am a business development manager with the Samuels Group, commercial construction company here in Wausau. I grew up in the Mosinee area, went to Mosinee High School. After that, went to the University of Northern Iowa, obtained my bachelor's in business administration. While I was there was a beautiful blonde woman that lived on my floor, who I now refer to as Yes Dear. All serious. Met my wife Marley in college. We just got married this past September. I've been married 4 months and have not slept on the couch yet. So it's been going pretty good. We have 2 dogs. We have an Alaskan Husky named Lola and a pit bull named Annie, who is 6 years old. Actual funny story I wanted to share with you guys. So she's going into the vet this morning with my wife, and I had to get a sample with a ladle this morning in the yard of number 1 for the vet. So at 5:15 this morning, I was chasing her around with a ladle in my yard because she was not having it and running. But it might have been, yeah, running across the street chasing. No. Anyway, so we live in Mosinee now, bought a house 2 years ago. I've been in this position with the Samuels Group for about 5 years. It's been quite an enjoyable experience. Some of my hobbies that I like to share, I like to fish. I like to golf. I'm actually a member here at the country club, golf on Wednesday nights in the summer. So I was just telling Joanne I might get a cot so I can just sleep and spend the night here on Wednesday to Thursday with getting up this early. Yeah, that's what she was saying. Yeah. Yeah, I might consider it a couple times, but other than that, I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this club, and I look forward to meeting all of you.
Okay. Roger, you have an announcement to make.
I just want to thank everyone that showed up and participated in our first wine and cheese reception to explain and generate support for the Paul Harris Society. You all know about the foundation. The Paul Harris Society is a group of Rotarians who commit to donating $1,000 a year to support the activities of the foundation. That comes out to $83.33 a month, $19.23 a week, or a month, I'm sorry, or $2.74 a week. I was fortunate to be able to present the Paul Harris Society chevron to Dave Anderson. And today, I'm happy to welcome to the Paul Harris Society both Jim Warsaw and Pat Pilliard. So I have a pin that goes on their Paul Harris fellowship pin. And if any of you bolt up at 3 a.m. and think about the Paul Harris Society and would like to join, you can call me at any time. And there are the sign up, the forms are at the front desk. If you complete that and just give it to me, I'll send it in and handle everything for you. There are now a total of 26 members of the Paul Harris Society in District 6220 and 23,000 and now 3 throughout the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Okay, we have the weekly drawing. Chad, are you going to do that? So everybody pull out your numbers.
$41 this week. And we'll ask Mr. White here to draw a ticket for us. You want to read the last four numbers?
Yeah, last four numbers, 0213.
What was it? Beth? All right.
Who is it? Oh, guess who's on the winning ticket here? Come on now. Oh. All right, now we have to draw the, you have to determine what you're going to do. Yeah. Now, don't lose your marbles, okay? All right, Beth. Thank you. Thanks, Chad. All right, Sergeant at Arms.
Just leave it there. Good morning, everyone. Whoa. Let's start off with pins and badges, please. Beth, thank you. Mary, thank you. Brett, just so you are warned for future meetings, if you don't wear your pin or you don't wear your badge, that's $1 at a meeting. So you don't have to wear it 24/7, 365. You just have to wear it on Thursday mornings. But feel free to wear it whenever you want, right? All right, thank you for that. Happy dollars, sad dollars. Who'd like to start this week? Jim, go ahead.
$5 happy dollars for Roger's event that was held the other evening. I think it was a very good opportunity to meet other members of other clubs in the district. I think there was a total of 20 or 22 people that were attended. It was always great to be with fellow Rotarians, and I hope that more people will consider becoming a member. I know that a number of you already are giving that $1,000 level, but it's something that's pretty easy. Charge card for $85 a month. It doesn't take much. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. Who else would like to share a happy dollar, sad dollar? Dave?
I'd like to throw in 2 happy dollars. Our Rotary International incoming president, Jennifer Jones, announced the new theme for the 2022-2023 Rotary year. And I noticed it was on our district Facebook page this morning. So if you want to click on that, you can see the video rolling out the new theme as well as some information about it. The new theme will be Imagine Rotary. So imagine what you think Rotary ought to be and make it so. And imagine what Rotary can do to make an even bigger difference in the world and in our community. So we're very excited about her leadership this upcoming year. And I would encourage you to take a look online and learn a little bit about the new theme.
Yep. Thank you, Dave. Anybody else? Happy dollar, sad dollar? Beth?
Put in some money just because I haven't been here for so long. So I'm going to put, I don't know, $40 or $50, and it depends what I have in my wallet. Glad to be here. I had a few little setbacks with, I have been diagnosed with breast cancer. But I think everything looks good. I start radiation next week. So again, you won't see me for a while, but I'm glad to be here and glad to see so many happy, smiling faces, and welcome. Good group of people.
Thank you for sharing. I'm sure we will all keep you in our prayers and hope for the best. Hope they caught it very early. So anybody else? Jeff?
I've got 2 happy dollars. One for having Beth join us today. I think that's great. And the other is for our 2 new members of the Paul Harris Society.
Thank you. Front table, here we go. Yep.
I'm just going to put 5 happy dollars in for my guest, Tim White, today.
Thank you. Anybody else? Happy dollar, sad dollar. I will put in, go ahead, Gene.
I've been hearing on the television about this collection of hygiene items like shampoo and all of that. Is DC Everest doing that too? I know Merrill is doing this collection of hygiene items, deodorants.
Not sure if I know which one you're talking about, but we have something going on right now with United Way, and I think Green Heck is the supporting company. So we have care closets in basically all of our buildings. So I would just say if you ever want to make a donation, we're all in. So we're involved in one or two pretty much regularly. So thank you.
Tim up front here.
So I'll put in a sad dollar, which I've never done and I've never seen anyone do a sad dollar. A sad dollar is for the people on Zoom, the Rotarians on Zoom that look like from here, little puppies wanting to be adopted. As we ate our lovely breakfast, I saw your forlorn eyes staring at us thinking how sad that is. So I'm with you. And I want the guy that looks like me with the beard and the mustache. That's what I want. I'm taking you home.
That's you, Jim.
Jim, that's you. I hope you like kibbles and bits because we got a lot of them.
All right, anybody else after that levity? So I'm going to put in a few dollars. I have a happy dollar to see my friend Rick back. He's defeated COVID. So, and I'm also happy that the three of us that rode with him out 9 hours each way came back and didn't get sick. I don't know how that works. It's just, I mean, Rick was my bunkie in the hotel. And so I spent a lot of time with Rick over 4 days and I didn't get sick. So yeah, well,
what happens there
stays there. That's for sure. That's for sure. And then I have a sad dollar. My father just recently was diagnosed with leukemia. So we're beginning that journey, 87 years old, and we'll see what direction that goes. Right now, he's getting a hormone treatment to increase his hemoglobin and oxygen level. It's the same hormone that Lance Armstrong got in the Tour de France. So I jokingly said to Dad, I said, I suppose you want a touring bicycle now for your birthday in April. And he said, yeah, that'd be great. So keep him in our prayers, and hopefully he comes through with no pain. That's my wish through this whole thing, is that he doesn't suffer a lot of pain. So anyway, have a great week, and we'll turn it back to the speaker.
Thanks, Greg. Thank you. Just a few announcements. We have an update on the trip to Ireland and Scotland. And Jeff, would you like to mention anything here? Hold on for a second. We'll get you a mic.
Okay, Ireland, Scotland version 4.0. It's going to happen this year. It's last week of September, first week of October. We'll be there for 2 full weeks. It'll be a lot of fun. I've got brochures here if anybody's interested, or you know anybody that's interested. We have 19 people signed up at this point, and we'd like to get 7 more. And we're going to reach out to the Rotary Nation at the meetings we're at, and we're going to fill it up. So,
okay.
And we've got some others on the hook.
There's some other
that are thinking about it. So,
but there's some other news, right, about the flights?
Oh yeah, I've been working on some flight stuff.
Okay.
We're going to try and fly out of CWA, and there's flights going out of the round trip, the whole trip, for $661 right now. So that takes about $600 off the price of the trip. So yeah, it really is. So we're gonna get on that and try to get that done. So
okay.
Anyway, anybody has any interest? I've got some brochures.
Oh, Gene, did you have anything else? Gene, did you have something else? Okay. Status of the Reading to Go program. I'm just gonna, did we get a replacement for Lori? Yeah,
We did, yes. We're
Okay.
in a good spot right now. So
just one.
barring any other craziness, we're
We're-
good to go. Otherwise, I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Just a reminder that we'd ask all of you to send thank you notes to Chris Conley and Mike Wright of Midwest Communications. They are our advertising and communication support for the 12 days of Christmas. We've had 3, and they've all been successful, and it's been largely due to the support that we get from Midwest Communications. So I really would like if everybody could just send a little personal note. It doesn't have to be lengthy, but if you'd send it to them at Midwest Communications Inc. and I think it's 11 Scott Street. Oh, okay, 557. Okay, thanks, Roger. But please, please think about that. And I know that they appreciate that. And the comment was made last year that we're the only ones that ever say thank you. So they do appreciate it. The next thing we have on here is items for the president's pantry. Does anybody have anything? They're all in your garage. Okay. Tim, what we do is we have a program that when the Rotarians are traveling, they try to buy or bring something back from their trip, and then it's put together in a big auction in the spring. And it raises some additional money for our program. So, yeah. New business. Is there anything else anybody wants to bring forward? Mary? Ann's got it. And Dick. Okay, thank you very much, Mary. I'm sorry I missed that one. Did I miss anything else? I'm missing a lot today, but that's all right. Or we'll have our new our introduction of our program. Wendy.
Where's the camera for the people online? Now I'm feeling bad. Hi, guys. Feeling badly for them. Hi, everybody. Good morning. My guest today, Tim White, is the new guy, the director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I reached out to Tim a couple of months ago now, maybe, and I said, hey, you want to have coffee? And 3 hours later, we decided we should probably get some work done, and we went our separate ways. So as you can tell from his brief intro, he's a really great guy to get to know. If you do ask him out for coffee, give yourself a little more time than you might think you need, because he's a great guy to talk to. I am going to let him introduce himself, where he's from and where he's going. I will tell you, he is a past Rotarian and has shared with us he has a lot of experience with events and successful events. So you might want to know that. He did a morning Rotary group in Chicago. Yep. We're working on it. It's a little early. I'll ask him in spring when the sun's out in the morning. So please welcome Tim White.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I have been recruited, invited. I'm, hard. Everyone's after me, which is great. Feels great at the beginning, and then as I let you down, then it'll be like, why did we ask this guy here? Good morning, folks on Zoom. Tender for you. Hopefully you can hear me. I think you probably can. I noticed some Zoom attendees left when they realized that they would have to sit and listen to a speaker. So just tell everyone what I said. So and there you are down there too. I see they're right down here. That's amazing. Well, yeah, I'm Tim. I'm from Central Wisconsin originally. I was born in Rapids, lived my childhood in Point, and then graduated from Amherst High School. Went to UWSP for my undergrad, and then I left the area. And the last 20 years, we've been in the Chicagoland area. I have been to the Rotary International Mecca in Evanston of times to work on grants, and the Barrington Breakfast Rotary that I've been a part of for 10 years. We worked all the loopholes with matching grants, and basically I think because of us, they've closed a number of those loopholes for matches. So I think we did a grant for $35,000 and we got a few double matches and turned the grant into $170,000. for a Guatemalan project in Guatemalan City. There's a large landfill, and there's a whole group of people that live off the landfill. And so we were able to have this grant build small houses for those residents and provide education and training for their kids, and just a great project to be a part of. And a great project, you know, it's just one of the many ways that Rotary touches people all around the world. Not just the polio thing, we're this close to closing that, which is important, but just all the other international issues. And so, here we are in central Wisconsin, and it seems like we're pretty far away from the pain and suffering in a place like Guatemala, but you can be assured that your efforts go around the world to make a difference in people's lives. And that's why Rotary is an amazing organization. That's why I've loved being a part of it as well. So, but let me tell you about the CVB, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and a little bit about what's been going on there. So I came up to a year and a half ago to Wausau. We sold our house in the pandemic. It sold 2 days before it listed. We thought we would have a few months to kind of wait around for the house to sell. And within a matter of 24 hours, we had 30 days to get the hell out of Illinois, which we were happy to do in a lot of ways, because my property taxes were more than my mortgage in our county. And as we looked around at places to move back to in Wisconsin, we kept coming back to Wausau. The only thing I was telling my table, the only thing about Wausau that had happened for me in college was that I was arrested for disturbing the peace in college in Wausau. So maybe my name is still on record at the police blotter. They let me go, so it wasn't too severe. We did go into the only resident hall at UW Marathon at the time at about midnight. So that was my crime. But I just want to, be full disclosure. So, but I came up to coach businesses. I had a marketing and branding business that I basically morphed into business coaching. And we'd been using Zoom for a couple of years before the pandemic anyway. And so we decided let's come up here where we can enjoy the outdoors. It's a central location to go to other places. And Wausau just really had a lot to offer: the culture, the arts, the music, the outdoor activities, and the sense of community that we saw in Wausau as well, where people would come together. There's a progressiveness for the people in Wausau, foresight, people looking to build into the future to make Wausau not only a great place to live and work and play now, but also towards the future. And so we were attracted to that and moved up here. And then this opportunity came to work with the CVB, work at the CVB. And that was an interesting process itself. As I came on board, there were a lot of family secrets. Some I knew about, some secrets I didn't discover until I was on the job, just things that had been done and the way things had been done. And if you read the papers, you probably get an idea of that. But what I want to do is I want to talk about where we're going and the future of this. And so I want to just kind of quickly go over what the problem is, what our solution is, what life will look like for us who live and reside and work in Wausau, and a call to action, what you can do to be a part of the solution. So the problem, obviously, as we all know, is a little thing called the pandemic. Do you know about that, right? Everyone's aware. Those of you on Zoom, you're aware of that as well, right? I'm thinking you're probably at home because of the pandemic, possibly. With that, the economy has had its struggles. And then, of course, we are now experiencing what is called the Great Resignation. Do you know what that is? The workforce, right? People are retiring early. People are leaving the workforce. And we have one of the lowest unemployment rates, We just don't, we have too many positions to fill. We have over 5,000 jobs in Marathon County right now that are unfilled. And so, you know, COVID-19 pandemic had really kind of put a spike in the heart of the global visitor economy as well for tourism and destinations. Your Ireland trip, I'm assuming it's been pushed back a few times. Is that right? 3 times, yeah. And no other sector no other sector than visitor tourism related sector really has cratered like ours. We've gone from years of exponential growth to a collective shutdown of business as quickly as travel and tourism. No other business has experienced that kind of shutdown. So anything related to travel and tourism has really experienced the brunt of the pandemic. But on the road of recovery, most destination organizations are now taking a look and reevaluating their purpose and evolving their mandates. So those of us who work in destination marketing are really going, you know, what do we need to do to change? What do we need to do to be able to change quickly? And what really is our purpose? And so many are faced with a crisis stack of challenges and less funding to capitalize on opportunities. And some of that funding issues are self-inflicted from the Wausau area. And so there are 3 opportunities that have come as a result of being in this pandemic. There's always opportunity when there's difficulties. There's always, at the same time, you know, in difficult times, there's always room and potential to do things differently, to look for the opportunities that are in front of us. And so there are 3 opportunities we found in destination and visitor and tourism. One thing is, one opportunity that we have to transform is destination alignment. And so we know that we have to align the public, private, and civic sectors to drive destination performance. And that means that we have to work together. We have to be partners between the businesses, between the public, between the municipalities. We have to work together in order to come up with strategies and plans that will allow us to maximize our dollars, maximize our efforts so that we can attract new people. Our destination marketing is also, you know, we realize that we're a part of recruiting people to come live and work in the Wausau area as well. We know that we can't just give them a good first experience, but we realize that destination marketing organizations like the CVB are the gateway for people to showcase what Wausau, the Wausau area, Marathon County is all about in terms of not just enjoying it as a visitor, but also what's it like to live, what's it like to work here, what's it like, you know, to be in part of the community. My wife and I took a trip to the Pacific Northwest before the pandemic, and we toured all the way down the Oregon coast where it was 60 degrees and kind of rainy on October, and went to the Redwoods in Northern California, then went across Northern California to Redding, California, where all of a sudden it was 85 degrees, which was crazy. And then we went up through the Cascades. The next morning, we went from 85 degrees to going to Crater Lake National Park, where it was 32 degrees. It had just snowed and most of the roadway was blocked off. And the one thing that, and we kept going up Cascades to the Columbia River. One of the things that we noticed was that every community around there in the Pacific Northwest is really defined by a geologic feature, right? That at the base of a mountain, you know, Hood, Oregon is right at the base of Mount Hood, and Sisters, Oregon is the Three Sisters Mountains. There's always a geologic feature, and Wausau is really fortunate to have a number of features. We get Rib Mountain, which is really different from other parts of the state. We have the Wisconsin River that comes through and you know, curls around. And we also have the pines. We're really kind of the gateway to the pineries. Stevens Point says they are, but that's not true. Stevens Point is just a bunch of sand. I know, I live there. But so we have these geologic features, and that is the second transformational opportunity that we have. We have the opportunity for sustainable development, which means that when we develop this area, we should marry people, planet, profit, and policy together. So everything from the laws that we pass up here, the way that we take care of our natural resources here, the way that we take care of our people, and the way that we reinvest our profits is going to help us create and build a community that is going to be attractive to live in. You probably know of the efforts of some of the other community organizations, the GWPP, Greater Wausau Prosperity Partnership, the Chamber, and the municipalities that all are aware of these problems that we have with residents, workforce, people coming up to visit. And so we need to work together to develop something that is sustainable, something that we can proudly work together to share. The other transformational opportunity is values-based marketing. So this is where really I come in. We need to showcase the community's values. We need to show Wausau community. I think maybe my mic is starting to die with it. Get ready in case this goes out. And we also need to showcase the creative energy. Those things are our new competitive advantage. So we know that from the data that we've seen for tourism, there are two things that people are looking for when they go to experience a tourist experience, right? And we aren't a true tourist town. We're not like the Dells or Minocqua. We're not like, like Lake Geneva, where you've got 5,000 people living there year round, and then you swell to millions of people, right? That's not what we offer. We offer big city amenities with a small town hospitality. That's what we offer. And so our job is to share those values, to share that creative energy that we as a community are bringing together, right? To work together, to pull people in, to show them what life is like here, So our solution for us as a CVB, the Wausau area CVB, is to become the gateway premier destination marketing organization that showcases what life is like in Wausau. And so we do that in a number of ways. But let me tell you a few things that we're working on right now. So I've been in the job for 3 months and a week. It feels like 3 years, and the last week feels like another year, so 4 years. One of the things that we're doing, though, is we're doing a data-driven new showcase website that visitors and locals will use. Each local partner, so if you have a business or you run an event or you're a realtor, you'll have an account to this website. You'll be able to post events. The Rotary will be able to post their events on it. They'll be able to post information about the organization, and it'll go up in real time. So you will have access to the website. Every partner in the Marathon County will be able to put in the information that's pertinent. And not only will that showcase to potential visitors what's going on in the Wausau area and the organizations be a part of, but it also will be used by the local people too. Because who hasn't been frustrated with saying, what's going on this week? And you got to go here, check some out. You got to do some Facebook stuff. You got to, it's just very, very difficult because you have these stakeholders in the community just putting up their events, right? So for us to pull in everybody's events and information is going to be a one-stop solution where we'll be able to not only showcase to visitors, but also to local people too. It's data driven in the sense that we are right now looking at getting on board with a number of data companies. So, the same data from our cell phones and our Facebook usage and all the different things that we do that allowed people to see, this may be a sore point for some of you, but if anybody was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th, just saying they know who they are based on cell phone data. And so that same technology can be used in a really great way to be able to see where people are coming from. We'll have hard data. We already know the markets that we need to advertise in. So it's not my job to advertise to Wausau, hey, this is all that's going on for you. You'll use the website for that. But in advertising and marketing dollars spend that we need to spend will go to places like the Twin Cities, Chicagoland. We got to get those people out of Illinois, and other markets too. The UP is another market where people come down. My wife and I went to a Copper Harbor area, and we had coffee and saw the night before a city block had just burned down in Calumet. And so we were standing there looking at this smoldering, blackened city block. And we were talking with these locals, and they said, where are you from? And we said, oh, Wausau. And they were like, oh, we go down there all the time. I'm like, what? You come down to Wausau? Why? And they were like, well, we go to Spirus, then we go shopping, and we stay overnight, and I'm like, holy cow. So that's 6 hours. So if the UP are coming down here, we need to, get them to think about maybe living down here as well. So, there's other markets as well. So we are going to be a data-driven marketing organization that is going to basically, pull people on. We're going to create video content that creates what I call story brands, and visitors will be able to see adventure in Wausau. And we know that people value creating memories more than any other events in their lives. So how many have ever been on a very memorable trip, right? And you go back to those pictures, right? Or something reminds you of that trip and you're like, oh man, it takes you right back, right, to that trip. When we see pictures pop up on our screen of that Pacific Northwest trip with the redwoods, it's like, oh my gosh, I remember that. And so when you go to a place where you experience a lot of great things happening, what's kind of one of your thoughts when you're there at times? What? You want to go back, and what else? Yeah, you want to move there. So you start looking, right? And you look online, and if you have a really good source to be able to do that, then you really consider it. And if it's easy to get that information, then that's what you do. So what is life going to look like? Thank you for standing up and reminding me it's time. So life is going to look like this. New guests will be able to go to one place to get all their info. They'll be able to see bundles of things to do and experience facets of Wausau that will make them consider moving here. And so the next step is for us is that we need you to help market Wausau. So if your business or your organization or even you individually are interested in telling people about Wausau, I would go to this new site that we just put up for marketing called marketingwausau.com. Very, very easy place to go to. You can see the tools that we're adding on. You can sign up for notices, and even our residents will be able to use these tools to market and attract people to the Wausau area. So that's what we're here for. Do I have questions, or?
We have just a couple of minutes. I know it's already at 8 o'clock, but let's see if there's any questions from the group. No?
Share that link right up.
Yep, certainly can.
And Tim, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very informative. Wait a minute. Small token of our appreciation.
Oh, thank you.
You'll notice what that is.
Oh, yes, a kayak
Our club,
or whitewater.
our club was the one that put that together and made it possible.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, then I like you even more.
Well, we
Oh,
do.
Lunch one hasn't done anything.
I didn't want to say anything, but we sure would like to have you back, and we would like to have you become a member of our club in the morning, early birds. So I just have one other thing. Next week, we're having our work group meeting, and we will not be having a Zoom availability next week. So we hope that everybody will come back and attend their respective work groups. And we'll see you all next week, unless there's anything else. Stand adjourned.